Hello and welcome to another video. It's the 25th of the 1st, which is Monday. I just brought my spreadsheet up on the left hand side, as you can see. I'm still holding these shorts from Friday the 22nd. Trade's gone against me, obviously, but I ended up holding them, which is very unusual for me. I really don't like holding over the weekend. But if you've watched the review so far this month on another video, you'll see I'm well up for the month. So can afford to risk a few points. Not what I want to lose, obviously. No one likes to lose, but unfortunately we all lose some of the time, and that's just the way it goes. So we'll see what happens 8 o'clock. I still think we'll come back down. That 59.00 has been in play for the last 12 months or so. I can't remember how many times it's hit before. If you go back on your charts and have a look yourself, if you're watching this obviously retrospectively, we'll see what happens. But obviously don't want it to go too much more. If we get up to 50s, if we break above and hold, I'll have to quit out of these, which will be annoying, because that will be well over 100 points against me, which I can't afford to lose it, but I don't really want to, so I'll have to manage it. I couldn't do this if I didn't have points in the tin. If this was the start of the month, well, I wouldn't have held. Sorry for the clicking. Unfortunately, there is not a quiet way to do this. It sounds quiet on my laptop, but sometimes it gets picked up on the video. But as you can see on here, again, every single one of these trades has been tweeted on my public feed. Free to print it out, check it out yourself. It's a good idea to do that anyway, just to learn. If you're new to this, if you get time at the weekend or an hour or two in the evening or whenever, just print the charts out for the week. Try, if you can, print them on a 15-minute or a 30-minute. Obviously if you get to a 5-minute it's better, but obviously it ends up with more pages and everything else. But you don't need to get to every point, it's just the sentiment really. Obviously you need to go to, the higher the res, sometimes the entry will get, it's in the hour, so it might go up more, it might go down more, so no one can buy at the top or the low of the market. If you do, you're lucky. It can't be by skill, because it's extremely difficult, if not impossible, to do that. And I wouldn't believe anyone that tells you they can do it. Sometimes, obviously, you get lucky, and it is luck. But anyway, enough of that. So these are against me at the moment. I'm wearing some pain, but I'm not really wearing too much pain because of the points in the tin. So I don't like losing, obviously, but 50 will be key. I can see us back up at 50s if we keep obviously pushing. We've been around this area, around here. I haven't got a line on this chart, but you can see we came up here and bounced off it. We've been chopping around here. We came up above it. Didn't want to go into, even into 60s, came back down, so on and so on. So I'm going to pause the video. It's nearly 4 minutes already. I don't try and make them too long, and let the market open and come back on in a bit. Well, it's now 8:05. Classic open reversal there. So we're at 59.10s. Obviously I've really need below 59.00, but try and scalp a few points. Yes, you can go long on and short at the same time, as long as you use two accounts. You can't with the same broker, as far as I'm aware. So you use different accounts with the same broker. You can do. I just simply use 3 brokers, and just so in case I need to do something like this, really. So it's now 8:06. We just need to see if we slam. Obviously, for anyone that doesn't know, a slammer is a move from 10s or 90s to 00, or 40s and 60s into 50s. They work extremely well. Probably really should have taken another one at 10s, but I didn't. So we'll see what happens at 0-0. We should get there. It is a very, very high probability setup. And pause the video. Come on down. So if we print 58, 98ish, 97, I will take another. So pause the video and just get ready to get into this if required. Like I said, if we bounce, I may go long, but hopefully I want it to break below. We may bounce back to 10s. I was going to say when we get down to 0-0 or 0-1, we may bounce to 10. It looks like we're going to get there already, and there we are. So a bit of jerkiness in the market, as expected, especially on a Monday after the weekend. Market, well, that's what I call it, and I'm sure someone taught me it. So it's called normalising. When people basically the market gets a bit of a kick, and then it settles down, and then people decide what to do. Which is why, unless you've got a little bit of experience of trading the open, sometimes best to wait and not trade for the, not trade straight away. Let the market show you what it wants to do. But a lot of people do trade the open, hence that's why we get some moves. Because obviously this isn't the real market, but it underlies the real market. So people do a lot of trading. The volume, obviously, the opening is quite an important time. But I'm still fairly happy we'll see down. I nearly took another one at 10s actually. In fact, I'm going to, if we see 10 on the sell side again, I will take another. But we're not. We're going to go straight down to 0-0 now. If we break the low, whatever this was, was probably 04. Just click on this, it should tell me. Yeah, 04s. We're going down to 0-0 quite easy. So pause the video again and update it in a bit. That only took a few minutes. It's now, as you can see, 10 past. We should really see 0-0s on here. I say I didn't take 10s, I really should have done. But I was actually busy talking on this and not watching what... Well, I was watching it, but I missed it. No excuses. So I want to see what happens at 0-0. Like I said, if it bounces, I will buy a long. Try and hedge some points. But as soon as I start talking again, it pops back up again. Obviously, the longer it doesn't go down to 0-0, the less likely it is to work out. But there'll be a lot of people on the slammer. It's a well-known setup. And obviously, the market follows the herd. Well, the herd that knows what we're doing anyway. Of the, I don't know how many setups I use, 12, 13, 14, 15, something like that. I should say 12 to 15, it's more elegant. The slammer is one of the best. There we go, 0-0. Alright, 0.6, but you get my drift. See what happens down here. Obviously, if you were short, you want it on the buy side. We've got zeros, there we go. So we've broken. We just need to see what happens now. Just thinking what to do. Just going to sit and wait for a minute. Obviously, it helps my position overall. +1 on that, near enough. Only 11 on that and 30 on that, so that's not too bad. Obviously, it's not good, but no one wins all the time. So don't believe anyone that tells you that. If they do, they're an absolute liar. There's no other way of saying it. So I'll pause the video again, because these end up getting very long if I don't, so I'll come back on when I decide to do something. So I've gone in at 0-0 on this retest. In fact, I've not tweeted it yet, so just bear with me a minute. I'll get into trouble if I don't, so it's a bit late. It's hard to be on the microphone and trade and tweet at the same time, obviously. So I'll apologise, but a bit late. So I've done what I do on every trade. I've updated my spreadsheet, which is my Bible. Yes, you can go do it for your account again and then type it in, but I find it so much easier to do it live, as and when you get in and out. And I've also tweeted it as well, as you can see here, to 2,900 followers. Obviously the tweets are always in arrears, but only by a minute or two. But it's not really for you to follow on the Twitter. It's just to show you what I'm doing. If you want to follow it, it's up to you. But the main thing is to learn. You've got to learn to do it for yourself. Sorry. Yes, if you make some points on the way, then all the better. But the main thing is to learn. It's not rocket science. So I really want it down. Another 30 points from here would be most excellent. What time is it now? It's only 18 minutes past 8, so we've got a long time to go. As usual, if we can break, we need to hold below 0.0. We've had another test today, which was thankfully rejected. Obviously, the more times we test it and reject it, the more likely we are to go lower, and the more we're going to go lower. It's, the market's, what's the market showing you? It's showing it doesn't want to go above 0.0. No one wants to buy it back. No one wants to think, hang on a minute, we've come down 40 points. Let's go long at 0.0. We'll get a bounce and we'll probably go up another 30 points from here. So I can take an easy 30 points and be done for the day. Well, not done for the day, up to you. But a nice start to the week. But no, the market's showing you, come back up, rejected it. Which is why you've got to be very careful on retests. You've got to let it, show you that it is actually going to go higher. On a retest like that, the best way is wait for it to break and hold at least for a few minutes. And if you do go long, go small, because it may go shooting up. Obviously, it may just do what it's done now, and you'll be sat there with your head in your hand. Well, not in your head in your hands, you're only 10 points down, or 11, 12 points. But you'll be kicking yourself. Or, say, going small. So, if you do lose 10 points, 15 points, not the end of the world. Your days, because you'll get stuck and you'll lose more than you win. Unfortunately, that's just where the market works. So we're now down at 88s, 87s. Let's hopefully we will carry on the way down. Let's just have a look on an hourly chart. We've come up all the way. I mean, my Friday trades really weren't the best. I think this will be probably about Friday-ish in here. Weren't the best, but it was basically because we'd come up, and we stalled in this area here. Being a Friday, I expected a bit of a sell-off, but I think USA had a reasonable day and dragged us up, and now the market's correcting itself, and I wish obviously I'd been taking some more shorts pre-open, but I didn't. That would have been too risky for me. I do take trades between 7 and 8 sometimes, but it's very rarely I will actually enter a trade out of hours. So what is it, 5 points or something like that. It's just quite a lot. So we just need this 90 to hold. If you draw a line, I'll try and these IG charts. Unfortunately, I find them not as good as the old ones, but it is what it is. You can't change it. Just got to live with it. Yes, there are others, obviously, but I've used IG charts for God knows how many years now, so I just stuck with them. But we need to break this 90 level really, and I'm not going to pull a fib. Well, I'm saying that I am actually, because there's not a lot happening at the moment. If this normally goes wrong, so why is it? Oh, it hasn't done that itself, has it? You can see how often I use fibs. From this low to, can I move this? Yes, I can. Oh, that wasn't too painful. Roughly that high, it doesn't have to be exact. So the next move down was this 43s. So yeah, if we can break and hold 90s, we should see a continuation down. I'll leave that on the chart just for the hell of it. See if we get down there. But obviously I need, as shown in my spreadsheet before, I need to see a bit lower to get out of Fridays. But obviously I'm making points on this, well, 10 points already on this, which offsets some of my expenses from Friday if I close everything out. And it's not the end of the world. Sorry, I've just realised my my internet's dropped, which unfortunately it tends to do a lot here, which is really annoying. I don't know why. It's suddenly started doing that. It used to drop out now and again, then it got worse, and now well, this morning I've been up since, well, at least 3 or 4 hours, and it must have dropped 10 times in that time space. So it's not raining. Normally when you get a thunder and lightning storm, it stops for a bit, not for long, but it's nice today, so I don't know. So we're just coming down to this, now we're down to 80s. We just need to break these lows, and we should see another push from below here. I don't want, yeah, so I'll keep saying this, I don't want to like to make the videos too long, but I just need to see if we can break this. Obviously I've shown you this before, but in money on this one now, it needs to play out a little bit. We just need to break these lows. We've seen a little bit of profit taking, because obviously everyone's looking at the same thing, and you know, some people who have been short will be banking their profits, and there's nothing wrong with taking 10, 12, 11, 15 points. If you can make 10 points a day on average, if you can make 40 to 50 points a week, you can make a nice second income, or even a good first income on this, doing this. The trick is being consistent, which, you know, no one can win, but it's consistently being profitable over a period of time. You know, don't try it for a week, and if you lose, you give up. Unfortunately, that's not the case. It took me at least 3 years to get to a grip where get to a point where I was profitable. Yes, I won before, but ultimately I lost more than I won. As a new trader, I always say the worst thing you can possibly do is to win at the start, which a lot of people don't understand, but it makes sense because if you're new and you're just learning and you don't really know what you're doing, you've not had the experience, then you think you've cracked it. The arrogant ones thinks they are God's gift to trading, and then you get blasé and you start doing things you shouldn't be doing, risking more points, more money that you shouldn't be doing, and then you get burnt. We all get burnt at some point. Even the professional traders get burnt, but the point is they get burnt to a limit. They don't get burnt to a point where they give up. If they do, obviously they get sacked, and that's it. That's the end of their career. And you've got to teach it like that. Even if you've got loads of money, like I used to have a lot, and I wouldn't think nothing, but I could lose several thousand in a day, and it wasn't really the end of the world until I learned that it doesn't matter if you lose several thousand or you lose 100 quid or 20 quid. The point is you do the right thing for the right reasons, and it doesn't really matter what the stake is. You should forget about the stake, which is the reason, unfortunately, why all the spread booking companies that I've ever used show you the money. They don't show you that you plus, well, they do show you you're plus 10 or minus 10, but they also show you the money. You are plus 20, 30, 25, 36 pounds up, or you're minus 20, 30, 36 pounds down. And the reason why they show you the money is because it's real money. And I honestly believe that they show you the money to put you off a little bit, which may be the case and may not, but it certainly puts me off. What I used to do, you look at the money and you think, hang on a minute, I'm 40 quid down, I can't afford to lose that, so I'll hold. And then obviously most of the time it gets to 50, 60, 70 and you just end up in a big mess. And also the converse, if you are winning and you think it's free money, oh look at me, I've got 50 quid, I've got 40 quid, I'm going to hold, I'm going to see if I can get 80 to 100, and when you get to 100, a lot of people carry on, which is fine as long as you move your stop. If you get to 100, move your stop to 60 and be grateful that you got 60, and you know, if it pays out, it pays out. And if it does go to 120, 130, just move your stop 20 points down and bank, you know, on paper bank your money as you go. The worst that will happen is you'll get back to 70 quid and you'll get stopped out. And you may kick yourself that you didn't take the 120 with 120 quid. It's only relative. It depends on what you do with your money also. You know, I use mine to live on, so I can't live on nothing. So, you know, if I work for an hour, 2 hours a day doing this, and I take, you know, 70 quid, I've made 70 quid. It's not a lot of money, but it's better than nothing, and it's certainly better than losing. So, another tip I learned the hard way, I was told this before, but unfortunately, until you actually learn it yourself, a lot of people don't get it, is don't worry about what you could have done. There's a saying, coulda, woulda, shoulda. You know, I find it very hard to switch off the charts even when I'm out, because I love it, I'm addicted to it. It's a game to me. Well, it's what I do for money as well, but it's also a game. So if I'm not trading, I will, wherever possible, keep an eye on what's going on. And I won't paper trade, but I'll mentally trade. I don't use a demo because I don't believe in them. Though it's good practice if you're 100% new, if only for getting to know how your broker works and getting in and setting limits and moving stops and stuff like that. You can have a play without losing any money. But I honestly believe it brings a false sense of security. You can't beat trading with real money, it's only £1 a point. Although some brokers will go even less, I believe, for the first 2 months, 3 months, whatever. If you have a dig around, you'll find out for yourself, which is not a bad idea. You know, go 10 pence a point. I would say 10 points a point is even better than demo. Anything's better than demo. So, sorry, I'm rabbiting on now. I've got a bit of a bad reputation for two things: rabbiting on and then having a rant sometimes when I do something stupid or I see people doing something stupid. But that's just the way it is. Excuse me. Right, I'm going to pause this. We've bounced off this line. The market didn't bounce because I put a line on there. The market bounced because no new sellers. Some people taking profits. So we need to see if we can break and hold this. So I'm still holding. The video is probably about 15 minutes now. 24 minutes, time flies, I'm sorry. I'll come back on later. Just a quick update. Just going through my Twitter feed, and I see that oil's dumping. Now, as it says here, equity markets turning negative as a result. Don't try, well, I wouldn't personally, don't try and trade the stock market by looking at the oil price directly. Yes, it has an influence, because obviously you've got the big oil companies in the FTSE 100 and the Dow and the DAX as well, probably. I've never looked, but I'm sure they are. Exxon definitely in America. I'm not sure about Germany, how many they have in the 30, but certainly in the FTSE we have a few anyway. So that's what's dragging it down. You know, I don't really worry about too much looking at other markets, but I do follow IG, as you can see. They do have some good information sometimes, but it's like everything else, it's always retrospectively, which is what they do. They're not here to tell you what's going to happen or what's more likely to happen than not. And that's all trading is, really. Let me just try and find the charts again. It is what's more likely to happen than is not likely to happen. So we're still at this this level here, not really doing much, so I'll pause it again. 26 minutes. It's amazing how time flies when you're having fun, as they say. It's now 8:49. I've just tweeted that we needed to break this 80 level. Things on my Twitter feed. Here we go. Down to 60.50. Sorry, I should have remembered that, shouldn't I? But never mind. Obviously I'm in the money now, in the money on Fridays. Well, if we get below 70 I will be in money in all three positions, but I'm only -5 now for Friday on that, and 01 and 8.99s, so it's 0.0, so that's 50 points on that. So here we come down, so 50 points for Friday if I close now, give or take, and 27, 28 points on this as well. It's very nice, which will actually take me over the 1,000 points for the month, which is only the second time in God knows how many years, 7 years, 8 years, I lose count, I've managed to make over 1,000 points on the FTSE in 1 month. And as I said before, every single one of these has been tweeted. Occasionally I do miss exits because they happen in the middle of the night. If I run a trade all day, I will tend to move my stop down and put a take profit where I think obviously we're going to get to, or hope we're going to get to, which is normally a level we've bounced at before, or a 0.0 or a 50. But if it's a 0.0 or 50, I'll probably go normally 3 or 4 points less, just to cover myself. It never exactly bounces, on the 0.0 or the 50. So, and obviously move your stop to positive if the trade's against you, or reverse if it's not. Sometimes if the trade's against me, I will hold and I will put a stop in, which if I get stopped out, I lose. But it'll be, a manageable loss rather than, I was going to say rather than 100 points plus, but I do have 100 point plus losing days. I have, not too regularly, but I do have them, but only, and I emphasise, only when I'm well up for the month. You shouldn't do it anyway, full stop, but I'm not here to, I'm here to tell you the truth, and I do, as simple as that anyway. So, just need to push back down. I reckon we should get down to 60s. If we get down to 60s, then obviously a lot of people will jump on the slammer into 50s, so we'll see what happens. It's now 30 minutes. Time flies when I'm talking on this, as I said before, so I will come back on later, or update this, sorry, come back on later on and see where we're at. It's now 9:01, and as you can see we've finally broken 81s and held. So it's quite funny, as you see, you've seen this video, I put this line in as this was coming down, I believe, and we come back up, bounced off it and sold off it. And really not rocket science. That's why I like trading the FTSE. But I don't do anything else. I used to do, but I don't bother anything else anymore. This is as far as I'm concerned, the easiest market to trade. Consistently profitable anyway. Obviously different people have different ideas, and that's fine. But from experience, for me, I find it works out a lot easier than anything else I've seen. And yeah, you do see oil with some massive moves, and Forex with some massive moves, and you think, especially a new person, oh look at that, for the sold oil on Friday I'd have made 350 points. Well, what was your stake and what was your stop? So I'm holding for lower. We shouldn't go back up and test this 81 now. We seem to have broken it, but it's only 13 points away obviously, so I really shouldn't, sorry. But if we do, we do. We're down. So I get confused with these IG charts, which says 41.5 points. I don't know when they start the time, because we've come from 60s on this, as you can see. My eyesight is what it is. We've come from 60s down to data. to take from 60s down to 70s, so that's 90 odd points. So I'm not sure when to start this 38 points, but it doesn't matter to me, I don't look at it really anyway, it's just there on the screen. So we just need to see if we can push lower, and that's where we're at the moment. It's now 9:36, and just bear with me a minute. Sorry about that. I started the video and someone knocked at the door. So we're still at this 80 level, as you can see. I've tweeted it's not critical, but it's important that we hold this level. And you see, we broke below it, come back up it. I think we broke below it a little bit more. I've not looked on a 5-minute chart. I'll stick on this one now, just for the sake of the video. But now we're back at 81. I'll see a few points, don't matter, but I think this is key. See if we'll be in this 80 to, well, 0, 0, then back up to 60 range, which I can't see. But obviously I want it to go down to, well, first to 60s, at least test 50, break 50, then see another 40, down to 40, which I'll be well happy with. But at the moment we're right in the middle, so let's see what happens. So hopefully it'll play out soon, but it does what it does, and that's what you've got to accept. You know, we can't control this, no one can. So let's see. It's now what time is it? 10:21, as you can see. Unfortunately, 80 didn't hold, so we're back up at 59.00, which is really annoying. But it is what it is. So I'm just going to sit and wait as usual. I'm not going to bail yet. I don't mind as long as it doesn't go too high. I'm going to take another one, because I've only taken one for today so far at 99 and 92 on yeah, sorry, I was just checking, it was a sub on Thursday alone, but it's not ideal. I was hoping that this level would hold. Let's get rid of this. I was hoping this 80 level would hold, because we'd come up here and we'd stalled, we'd come down a little bit, we stalled, you know, same here, well, not really same here, we went straight off it, and we come down, we bounced again. But it is what it is, so we'll see what happens. Certainly if well, I don't want to hold it all the way up to 60s, that would be painful again. And yeah, with hindsight, I should have gone in pre-open, but like I said before, it's not something I like to do. Don't mind holding trades, but I don't like getting in them before 7 o'clock, really before 8 o'clock, but sometimes 7, depending on what's going on. So I'll pause the video and update it in a bit. It's now 10:51, as you can see. I've just added at 99, so that's 2 for today at 99. I just can't see, well, obviously the market can do what it wants, but I can just see us testing this 80 level again, which will, well, put me in profit. Not a lot, but enough for the day. It's been tight. Obviously that's on an hourly chart. Gives you just a better view of the levels. You can, it's called doing the Monet after the painter, I don't know why. It's just someone I used to work with. A trader used to, a very good trader by the way, used to call it that. Basically all it is looking at the charts at a higher level and then zooming in. So your higher level gives you your your levels to look at, excuse the pun. What's going on, what's the overall direction been, what stage of the market cycle are we in, which is pretty important to understand. It's not rocket science, but don't want to go into it on this video. I'll do it on another one, and just give you a bigger picture basically, and then zoom in for your entries if you want to. That's what most people start on a daily, then possibly a 4 hour, a 1 hour, a 15 minute, and then a 5 or a 3, or even a 1 minute, depending on, there's no right or wrong. I can trade off the hourly charts probably just as easy as I can on the 5 minutes. But I say I've been doing it for 8 years, so people can trade off ticker tape. In fact, that's quite a good way to trade it, but again, that's not for this video. So I'm back up at 0 again. So it's just a matter of waiting. It's nearly 3 hours in today, and no doubt the video is up 40 minutes, just coming up 40 minutes now. So pause it again. Doesn't matter how long it takes to make some money, or to get stopped, obviously. It's just how it is, and you cannot be impatient in this game. So I'll update it in a bit. Welcome back. It's now 4 minutes past 1, as you can see. We're finally starting to roll back down. Very, very slow today. Understand. Yeah, 8 o'clock candle. So apart from the open, we've really done not very much. We get down to 70s, and the highs of this, what was that, got to 91. It's still like 40 points. It's just because I'm looking on an hourly chart, I suppose, but it just feels like it's taking forever to do anything. But again, sorry, 11. What was I looking at? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So yeah, we've not really done much. We're starting to roll over now. USA have no doubt coming in. It's just want to check what's going on today. Yeah, there's nothing going on in the USA. Very quiet news-wise today, in fact. The ECB president speaking, which doesn't really affect the FTSE too much. It does obviously if you trade currencies, but it has a ripple effect on the FTSE sometimes. But certainly I wouldn't call it trading the news. So excuse me. Don't know why I'm yawning. It's only 7 o'clock here. But we just need to break this line I've had on since early doors. Again, the video is dragging on, but unfortunately I can't control how fast this thing moves. All I can do is control when I click the buy and sell buttons. So I'm looking down for this low here. I've not clicked the line. Interesting chart. Come on. Give me the data. The low 62, which would be nice when we get back down there. I'll looking to get rid of all these. I don't want to hold my trades too much longer. So 83 puts me minus 13, plus 17, plus 15, give or take, another plus 15 and another plus 14. So we're about nearly 50 points up. It's been very, very hard work. As I said at the beginning of the video, I don't like holding my trades over the weekend, but I ended up doing so. So I'm just going to pause the video yet again. If I end up running these overnight, I'll update the video, but again it's 43 minutes long already, so just, it gets boring after a bit for you listening. So But I hope you're learning. There's nothing better than, even if you don't trade physically, watching the real market and say, right, I would go long here, I would go short here. This is my take profit, I'm going to move my stops to here, etc, etc. It's like anything really, it's repetition breeds, well, it just gets you used to it and it makes you good at it overall at the end of the day. How good is obviously down to yourselves, but as long as you make money, that's by anybody's definition good at trading in any shape or form. And if you get better at it, you can make more points or more money, however you look at it. Okay, I'm just going to stop this. It's getting way too long, and if you've watched all this, then well done. Sorry we've not made 100 points for 44 minutes worth, but I hope you've gained something from it. I'll do a final update when I decide what I'm doing later. 42, and we're finally breaking, well, I was going to say the low of the day, but we're not quite there yet, but we've broken this line at 81, sorry. It's getting into USA, so hopefully it'll drag us down a bit more. I am looking to close these. I've had enough for today. The video's gone on long enough, but as you can see, nicely in the money. 35, whatever, you can work it out for yourself. If you take 35 on every one, so that's 70, 74, and then 35 and 35 again, that's another 70. So that's 140-ish. It's one of my best months for a long time. In fact, many a year, or a few years anyway. I'd have to go back and have a look, but it's not very often you clear over 1,000 points in a month. That's a bit ridiculous, to be honest. But they've all been called on Twitter, so you can go and check yourself, print it out. I recommend you do if you've got time. Yeah, 935, so we're pretty close. Not blowing up this month. I do have blow up days, unfortunately, but no risk, no reward, unfortunately, as well. So as long as you've got points in the tin, sometimes you can afford to take a little bit of risk. But it's not certainly something I do at the beginning of the month. I would tend to keep fairly tight stops. But sometimes I just get trades into my head and I go with them. But you know, no one wins all the time. Well, as long as you win more than you lose, then you're a winner in this game. And that's all that matters. So I'm just going to hold for a bit. It's now 1:45, which is what, I can't remember what time it is now here. 8 o'clock, nearly 8 o'clock, 7:45. So I'm 7:45 or 8:45, I can't remember. And that's how tired I'm getting. But I've been sat here since well, 5 o'clock this morning, so UK time anyway. So I'll see what happens. But I just wanted to see that, you know, show you that patience does pay out. Not all the time, but you know, trading is about percentages, and you play the percentages and you'll win. I was going to say, I'm going to hold this. I'm not going to hold it much longer. Just want to see if we do get moved down to 60 and then see what happens. But I will come on for a final update when I exit. And again, if you've watched all this, then I hope you learned something. If not, I've managed to pass nearly 50 minutes of your day. And by the time I finish the video, it probably will be 50 minutes. So thanks for watching, and we'll see what happens when we get out. Welcome back. It's now 3:45. Sorry, it's getting a bit late here. So we've just started to make new lows. I'm still holding. Will receive 50, but as you can see now, it's plus 10, plus 40, plus 40. That gives us 90 for Friday, and well, give or take, plus 80 for today, which is very nice. Shouldn't be too greedy. It's going to give it another 10-15 minutes, and then that'll be it for today. I personally don't think we will see 50. I think it's a push too far today. It's been very, very slow, but I hope you've enjoyed the video. The reasons why, obviously, but I know it's a long time for people to wait, to watch, sorry. So I'll pause this and I will finally update it when I exit. Welcome back. It's now midnight on the 26th UK time, early morning here. I ended up leaving these trades on, as you can check by my Twitter feed. I was not much happened yesterday, so I ended up holding, and we're now down at 58.30, which puts all these in a nice profit. 140, 170 on the 20-ish on the 22nd, and 60, 100 on 26, give or take. I'm going to close these soon. I'm just going to hold for probably another 30 minutes. Just sorry, as you can see, my computer's locked up overnight, hence the chart not getting filled in. So I'm just going to change the resolution. Yeah, we've come up a little bit, so that's a bit of annoying that I didn't close down at 20s. So we bounced back up 13 points, which on was it 5 shorts? On 5 shorts is 50 points. I could have had more, but it is what it is. The main thing is that we're in the money. So I'm just going to give it a little while to see if we can hold this 30-ish level. Obviously I'm 5 point spread, so I'm going to have to buy them back at 34 anyway, so that's actually not as much. So I'd like to see 30 on the buy side, and just see if we can push into the 20s. I'll update the video. I'm going to edit this video before you see it. It's now 50 minutes long. Not a lot happened yesterday morning, to be honest. It was just me rabbiting on. But I did talk about the circular trading and stuff like that, and some advice for new traders, which is a bit of a shame if I cut that out, but we'll cover it again in another video, so don't panic. Okay, I'll look to close this and bank my points. Now this is a interesting point. Do you get angry that you didn't get out at 20s if you get out at 30s? As I said, I could have had another 50 points. Or should you just be happy that you're nicely in the money? The correct answer is the second one. Many people preoccupy on the first one. It doesn't matter. It's gone. Coulda, woulda, should have. Don't worry about it. The only thing that you worry about is, well, not worry about, only thing you should be concerned about is if you get out for some points and you manage your trade as you see fit. You can't be up 24 hours a day. Although I have done it. I think I used to trade in Forex many years ago, and I was trading with I think he was a Swiss guy who was very, very good. I mean, extremely good. I don't know how he did it. And an American guy, and we sometimes do 48-hour stints. Literally, I'd have like 30 minutes sleep at the computer, set an alarm and get up again, and we used to trade together. So we used to keep each other awake on different time zones, which was quite interesting. But that was a long time ago. So I'm hoping this comes down, as I said, to below 30, and we'll bail. Certainly if I get up to 40, I'm going to take my profits. So we shall see. I said I'll edit this video, but if you've watched it, I hope you've got something out of it. And yeah, I'm going to metaphorically kick myself for 20s. Hello again, it's now 5:15 on the 26th, as you can see down here. Overnight we've drifted down, which is very, very nice. We're down to 16s in a month, but it's you can only do that when the market moves, and you can only do that if you're on the right side as well. So as I said before, I'm going to edit this video because it is now 53 minutes long, so I will cut out a lot of the middle bits before I stick it on YouTube. But I hope some of you followed the Twitter. Just bring my Twitter feed up. Just just bear with me a minute. I think I tweeted it about an hour or two ago that was still holding. But all these have been tweeted to 2,900. Yeah, here we go. I'd like to see below 20, and I stick to that. Where are we? Sorry, too many tabs open at once. Yeah, so we're, well, on the sell side anyway, but I think we just about got there on the buy side. I'd like to see below 20s. The reason being, look on an hourly chart, is we're breaking these fib levels down here, and we've well rejected this level, which is the 81 level, which was my mark in the sand yesterday. I put this on early in the video. As you can see how much we bounced around it, but once we broke, we held. Same if we'd have gone up. If we had gone up, we'd have probably gone up the same as we've come down. You know, markets don't like to stay at these big numbers, magic numbers, 0 zeros, but you can see how much we bounced off 81. Bang, 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 all the time here yesterday. So it was high probability, and being blunt, that's the best you can get. Ideally, I want to see below 58.00, and then we can get down to wherever this is down here. I don't know what this is, just bear with me a minute. It's, yeah, sorry, that's 07s, and then, well, it's a big drop down to 19. It's a bit hard to see. No, 71.9, sorry, I'm going to say. Is the next bus stop down, but I think we're going to see some profit taken at 8 o'clock, which I'm going to do 8 o'clock on another video, so I'm going to get out of these shorts soon. I don't want to run these in, well, I say I don't want to run them in tomorrow, but I'll see what happens, to be blunt. Shouldn't really have said that, but you're in the money, you're in the money, and it's tempting to try and get every last point you can. That's 50 on that, 70 or well, nearly 80 on that one, nearly 80 on that one, nearly 80 on that one, and nearly 80 on that one. Yeah, sorry, I was going to say what we're talking about. We need to get to 19s on the buy side for 80s, but that will drop when the spread drops, as long as we don't go up from here. So pause the video again. I say I'm going to chop this about. It's not 57 minutes long as it is now, but I still hope you get something out when you've watched it on YouTube, and follow the Twitter, and we'll see what we can do on the I don't know what day of the week it is, sorry, Tuesday. It's Tuesday now, so we've got the rest of the week to know I'm nicely in the money. Had to hold, especially these Friday ones. I don't like holding over the weekend, but it is what it is. But you can see now that 100 on that, 100 on that, and well, 70 on that, give or take. Absolutely ridiculous. Just had to be patient. Just had to be patient. No one wins all the time, but that's certainly been a good few days. So I'm not going to push my luck. I'm going to take this in a few minutes and close the video and come back with a new one for today, if I do anything, which I'm not sure if I will, but we'll see. It's now 8:10. I was going to close on the open, but we carried on down. I've just been reading that China's down 6% overnight, well, overnight UK time anyway. So let's see if we can push a little bit further, not being too greedy. I do apologise, I just realised that this was on the 26th. Obviously, if you've watched the video, it's from yesterday, so I made a mistake when I did that, so changed it to the 25th. But I'm going to bail on this, and I'm going to look to go long, which is a bit bonkers, but obviously we don't go in one direction forever, so we might get a a relatively quick 20 points bounce at some point. So I'm just going to hold on. Also we're near 0, 0, so that's something to watch out for. But yeah, I don't think we're going to go much lower than this. So I'll just see. I'm going to give it 2 more minutes and then I'll close and then update the spreadsheet and just end the video. But I'll come on and say I've finished. So yeah, just a few more minutes. Right, just a final update. I've just tweeted this. Absolutely ridiculous month so far. Well, it's near the end of the month, it's the 26th. So we've only got 3 more days. Yeah, I don't really do much on a Friday, so 2 more days really. And I think one of the best months I've ever had. And that's in, what, 7 or 8 years. I lose track of doing this, thanks to the volatility. Obviously you need volatility to get decent moves, which, if you're on the right side of them, pay out quite nice. So thanks for watching, and enjoy coming on the Twitter feed if you want. At the moment all these are in the public domain for at least a month, probably the next month or so, before we get back to having the membership services, etc. But I hope you've learned something. That's the whole aim of the video. It takes time, but it can be done. And hopefully you can catch us again on another video.